It's brother versus brother with scuba instructor Bubba Pohl taking on his older brother and black market gelato expert Dan Pohl in baseball movies and fast food trivia. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? Welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. Thank you so much for checking this out. I am your host, Ryan Buds. I'm a comedian in the Los Angeles area. I host trivia almost every night of the week under the moniker Trivia with Buds. You can check out my website, triviawithbuds.com, if you want to see where I'm hosting trivia near you at a live event. I do this podcast every single Tuesday, and you're listening to it right now. Thank you for checking it out. Hopefully you heard about it from a friend, or maybe you saw it featured somewhere in an article, or maybe you just like baseball movies, which is one of the topics we'll be talking about today. Every episode I try and talk about two different topics, something that might tickle your fancy. And today's episode is about baseball movies and fast food trivia with two good friends of mine, two trivia players from the Northridge, California area. We recorded it at their house, and you're going to love it. Two brothers going head-to-head on the episode today. I always try and go for a fun relationship between the two guests, or I try and have guests of note. You know, maybe they have a new comedy album out. Maybe they're a great stand-up comedian. Maybe they're a writer on a clip show on MTV, like the one I work on, Ridiculousness. Or maybe they're on Nickelodeon's Crashly. It's another show I work on. I try and mix it up, try and get some artists, some comedians, some actors, and all kinds of other LA folks on the show, and we've got a lot of fun ones coming up this year. A lot of fun guests, a lot of big people that actually wrote back to me, which is something you try to do as a podcast host, try and reach out, try and build up that listenership with some big names, and I got some big ones coming, so get excited for that. Donald Trump and Kanye West will be on next week's episode. JK. I am excited to give you this episode and talk about the movie La La Land. I saw it Sunday night, right before all the hype started for it from the Golden Globes. It dominated the Golden Globes, had the most wins ever, I believe. Maybe most nominations and wins, who knows. But I saw it with the wife on a date night, Sunday night, and I give it the old Buds thumbs up. So if you're looking to see it, I recommend it. It is very kind of artsy-fartsy and whimsical, and if I was in a different mood, I probably would have hated it. But I did enjoy the movie, and I love the ending and how it looked and all that good stuff. And it's cool to point out the LA landmarks, especially around where we used to live in the Burbank area. I've been also watching a lot of documentaries on Netflix, and I have one to recommend. It's called the Barkley Marathon, I believe, or the Barkley Marathon. It's about this intense, crazy 3-5 day, I forget how long it is, like treacherous mountain hike/run through the Tennessee hills. So check that out. It is intense. I watched it today while cleaning a room, and it was very, very good. This is another documentary I watched. I think it was just called Tiny Houses. It was not good. I want to see how a tiny house is built, what goes into designing it, that kind of stuff. I want more of like an HGTV tiny house kind of documentary. And this one was about like people, 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 right? I just don't like when documentaries are real forced and they're like, what's going on in this relationship while they're building the tiny house? I'm like, just build the goddamn house. Come on. I just want to see what this thing looks like because it reminds me of building a fort when I was a kid, but adults do it in Portland. So tiny houses, no go. Also another documentary that was interesting but not very good, Minimalist. I think it was just called Minimalist, and that's about getting rid of all your stuff. And I will say that this documentary is really just something that these guys who wrote a book about minimalism, they were like, we should make a documentary, and it just kind of follows them around. It doesn't really go deeply into, I feel like, why people do that or, the ways that they do it. It was just kind of like a profile on these two guys and a book tour and that kind of thing. So maybe don't watch that either. So if you're looking for some Netflix documentaries, I say Barkley Marathon. That's the one you should do. We have some fun trivia coming your way, and I'm not going to take up any more of your time by talking, but I am going to play a trailer for a movie that we mentioned in this podcast. It is the third Sandlot movie. That's right. There are 3 Sandlot movies. A lot of people don't know about the third one, so I'm going to take this quick intro time to play you the audio from the trailer for the third Sandlot movie, and the name of that movie is Sandlot Heading home. The Sandlot heading home. There's time travel up in this thing. Listen to this.
Major League star Tommy Santarelli had a big-time swing and an even bigger attitude.
Bring it.
Until one pitch sent him back to the Sandlot,
I just can't believe what I'm seeing.
where it all began.
It's all coming back to me.
Now he's reliving the friendships.
No way! 7 jawbreakers, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna pulp guy!
He's reliving the fun.
Ear, chin, slap, slap, slap.
Oh, sorry!
And he's reliving the greatest moments of the game. Join the adventure
This is crazy, guys.
and make every play count.
We're out of here. So is this next pitch.
The Sandlot heading home.
Imagine what you can get for this on eBay.
What, babe?
Well, that was the trailer for The Sandlot Heading Home, starring my boy, Luke Perry, everybody. Check that one out the next time you have a lot of pot and 90 minutes to waste. That's The Sandlot Heading Home. Without any further ado, we're going to get into this amazing episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast featuring baseball movies and fast food trivia. Here we go. I am sitting here in Granada Hills, California, with two good friends of mine that happen to be brothers. I'm sitting here with my friends, Dan Pohl. What's up, Dan?
How's it going?
And Mr. Bubba Pohl.
Hey, what's up?
A little closer on that mic there, Bubba. Oh, God, this
so
guy.
need
You get him out of the
everything.
pool, he doesn't know how to use technology. Yeah, I'm sitting here with these brothers. You guys started, I've known you for the last, I would say, 2-3 years?
2-3
And we all became friends when I hosted trivia right down the street from here. I didn't realize how close you
4
guys live.
Cocktails.
At a dive bar called Lee's Number 4 Cocktails.
Dive is giving it a lot of.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people have been.
They've classed it up a lot.
Yeah, they have.
But
Sure.
they can't class up the
but
people.
you can't class up the people, and you
not.
cannot clean some of the semen stains off that pool table.
Oh my God.
That's right. This is a dive bar I hosted trivia at for maybe my longest run. It was like 2 3/4 years, almost 3 years, every single Wednesday. I got so sick of it that I actually had to have somebody else do it for me. I'm like, I can't go to the place anymore.
Couple times.
It just like a couple times just don't show up. But it was a fun place while it lasted. But there were things like gunpoint robberies in the
Yes.
back lot and strange folks, but also a lot of good friends like you two fine brothers. So thanks so much for coming out every Wednesday for a long time and becoming my friend.
You're welcome.
And that's the
Thank
podcast.
you.
Thank you guys for doing it. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Until next time.
And now we're sitting in your house. This is the house you grew up in, and it was recently remodeled. The room we're in right now, it used to just be a backyard.
Backyard.
And now it's a nice little room. You got like 100, is that a 100-inch TV?
I think it's a
About-
90.
let's give everybody the address if they want to come check this out.
It's a 90 something.
11212 Amostoy Avenue. The gate code is
Well, you guys, there's no gate. It's not that nice. There's not.
There's
enough.
no, we're not.
I love when you drive past the house that has a gate and you're like, that house doesn't need a gate. That is the shittiest house. That gate doesn't work.
Or the houses that have like the 2-foot gate, and you're
Sure.
like, "What are you doing? Is that just to protect your petunias? What are you
Yeah.
doing?"
Or their dog petunia. That's
yeah,
it's like a
dog
beware of dog, and it's like a tiny, almost non-existent dog like climbing out of a purse. That's always fun. Let's see. Let's get into a little bit about you guys. You guys are not both redheads, just you, Dan.
just me.
So you got the short end of that stick.
And I'm a middle child.
And you're the middle
so
child. Oh boy.
my life
There's
has been
another
a little
poll.
rough.
There's another poll.
Boy or girl?
Girl.
Does she have red
actually
hair?
has 2 kids. And
2 kids.
She was almost gonna come over, and Danny's like, "Nope, we're doing a podcast.
This is a
You're gonna have to."
boys' day.
Yeah, this is
Boys'
gonna
Day.
be a little bit longer than you thought.
Very good. We're sitting in a room covered in memorabilia of you guys doing Little League and jet skiing, and no pictures of the sister that I can see anywhere. So I don't know if she's even real.
Is right
Is that right there?
Yeah, the first one right there.
Oh,
It goes,
very good. Why did you put an X over her with makeup? That's kind of weird. You just use lipstick on that?
It's
It's a
one of
long
those
story.
things
I
you
don't
do.
know if we have enough time on the podcast.
So, Dan, you have red hair. How's that going in your life?
I mean, it's had its ups and downs. South Park didn't help at all.
Of course.
Ginger Day was a great moment in my
Oh,
life.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Me too.
Who's
Fantastic.
older between the two of you?
I am.
Okay.
He's older by close to 4 years.
Sure. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a youngin'.
Yeah, I'm young.
Dan, you're in your late 50s.
Yes, early. My prostate exam is actually next weekend, so
I'm pretty.
We're gonna
super
get you.
stoked.
Hey, by the end of this podcast, you'll be all loosened up for that prostate exam. Let me tell you, it's always a good
I
time.
was worried.
So you're the older brother, you have the red hair, and you are the middle child. So this sister, she's the oldest. She has a couple kids. You guys don't have any kids.
No.
You have two
Not that I'm
dogs
aware of.
running around.
I have a dog.
Yeah, you
That's
refer to
my
that as
kid
your
right
child.
there.
Very good. And that
That's
dog's
my
name is Petunia.
That dog's name
talked
is
about it.
Petunia.
Yep.
Just about the same size as a petunia.
Very good. Okay, so Dan, red hair. You work for a company called Gelato, Black Market Gelato.
Yes.
And you gave away little pints of gelato at a lot of my
did.
trivia nights.
I did.
And you came over to my wife's 30th birthday party and brought a giant, what I would call a vat of gelato that we put out. And I think we still have some of it. That was in May. It was like chocolate chip gelato.
Yes.
It's very good.
Thank you.
Tell people why Black Market Gelato is better. First of all, what is gelato? Why is it better than ice cream? I have no idea. When people ask me that, I'm like, it's smooth. That's my thing. Yeah.
Gelato is made with less fat, I guess you can say.
And only by redheads. We
and only
learned
by
that.
redheads,
Yeah,
mainly.
yeah.
A factory of small, short redheads.
Yeah.
They like to be called dwarves.
Dwarves.
But the difference is ice cream is more airy. There's
Okay.
more air into
More
it.
space in there.
Yes, and then gelato is a thicker product.
Okay.
All of our product is made without any gluten or eggs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's a different twist on it.
That is what is on the front label. It's like only the real
Yes,
stuff, right?
exactly.
And it's in a black little thing with a white lid. And you can find this now at Ralph's, which is a huge grocery store chain.
It's honestly, it's been such a political thing with them. It's like they're trying to have the old brand get out.
Yeah,
and then,
so they're like, get out of
we
here.
can put in, but
Hey,
they're not
Joe's
doing it.
Gelato, you're
Yeah,
out of here.
You're out of here. So we could put.
You
Black
need a
Market
Twitter
in.
account, Joe. You got to get with the goddamn times.
It's funny, but the way that they're gonna put us in Ralph's is kind of like a terrible place. It's kind of in the middle of two doors.
okay.
So like,
So you're not
you
gonna
have
be able to
like,
see
you
it?
have to search for it. You're like,
Really?
where is
It's
oh,
that
there it is.
specific, the placement of products. Like
Yeah.
they're like, we have one spot. It's behind all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Ryan,
It's
there's
crazy.
classes at CSUN
Yeah.
that
Really?
teach you product
If you-
placement.
Really?
Swear,
If
it
you
goes off
notice
of
with-
eyes and
I
stuff.
didn't know that.
Especially with cereal. A lot of the sugared cereal is lower for the children to see.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, oh my god, this looks so cool. I want it. And
That
all the
makes
healthy
sense.
stuff is up where you can't really see it.
I only eat malto meal because I like the way that guy squats down and he goes, check out what's down here on the commercials. I always wanted to be like, this guy's about to shit his pants on these commercials. I hate that guy. He's like, hey, make sure you check out down here. And he pulls out some. I'm like, listen, it doesn't taste the same. You're
doesn't
full of shit.
It doesn't.
It's malty. It's malto
I've never
meal.
honestly had it. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Whose idea was to name it malto meal? That sounds terrible.
I don't know. It sounds like you're just like you're trying to name a beer and you're like, we want another malt liquor, but we don't want a Mickey's and we don't want an Old English.
Yeah.
Let's just make cereal.
We'll just make
instead.
cereal.
You're hired. I
You're
feel like
hired.
I feel like that's how it
I
went.
love it. So you got gelato, a Black Market Gelato. Where can people find it if they can't find it at Ralph's? Where's like the best spot to get some Black Market Gelato?
Nobu, 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 Nobu.
It
I
is
don't
in
know what that
Nobu,
means.
yes. We
What is
supply
Nobu?
Nobu.
What is Nobu?
It's like this
A fancier grocery store?
high-end restaurant, Japanese restaurant.
Nobu.
Nobu.
I still don't know, but
You know,
that's all
Drake
right.
loves it. And,
Drake eats there?
Yeah, it's in one of his
Drake
songs.
eats Black Market
That's
Gelato?
why I was singing Nobu,
Probably.
Nobu, Nobu.
I'm not as hip. I listen to country music.
Okay.
No,
Anyway,
no.
as we continue on.
And Drake. Every once in a while,
as
slipping
we
a little Jake.
continue on.
Yeah. Two things I like:
Gelson's
Garth
or Bristol
Brooks.
Farms?
and Limp Bizkit.
Darth Brooks and Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, and when they do their mashup
boy.
album, I'll be the first in line.
Oh,
It's gonna be
boy.
good.
Oh, boy.
Did it all
I
for
heard
the
they're- I
nookie
heard
in
they're
low
doing-
places.
I heard
You know,
they're
Garth Brooks eats malto meal because he has friends in low places where the cereal is located on the aisle shelves. A lot of people don't know that.
I heard they're doing a collab tour.
A
Dumpster in the
collab?
back, yeah, in the back of Target.
My favorite thing,
go dive for it.
a couple years ago, people spread a rumor that Limp Bizkit was playing a concert at a gas station in like Ohio or something. Thousands or hundreds of people
was-
showed up, and the gas station attendant's like, "What are you talking about?" And Fred Durst had to tweet out like, "We're not playing a show at a gas station."
There's another one. It's like Meet Vin Diesel at like a Burbank Krispy Kreme.
Oh, is that true?
No.
That's not. That's a
There's
fake
like
one.
this,
That was one
there's
of
like
those.
this trend on Facebook now where it's like Nickelback's performing at the
Oh, this is a thing. that I
Westboro
don't-
Baptist Church or something like that, and then it's
Ooh.
like thousands and thousands of people are like, "Oh, I'm going."
Fun fact: Nickelback doesn't have thousands of fans.
They
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
They do though.
They do.
They're
everyone,
still
everyone
popular,
older
yeah.
than us, like if you put our Uncle Mike loves Nickelback.
My brother Tom, who's been on the podcast, episode 10, you can hear all about why he likes Alvin and the Chipmunks, the live action movies. I just talked to him yesterday. He loves Nickelback. Can't get enough of Nickelback. Seen him live several times. He's 42, so he's in that demo.
Okay.
Now we do have a lot of things we do like I like U2 and Bon Jovi, for example. He loves those bands. We kind of get along with that. But certain stuff like Nickelback, he's like, I just don't get why you don't like them. He likes Nickelback, Buck Cherry, stuff like that. So
Buck Cherry had one good album.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just...
They popped their cherry.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They literally did.
They popped that Buck Cherry. But so he yesterday I'm talking to him. I kind of exploded on him, and I do this quite a bit where I just yell really bad, and I get it from my mom. My mom yells all the time. So, but very sweet lady.
I thought you said you do that to your mom.
Oh no,
How could you do your mother like that?
Oh no, we've had some screaming matches. It's mostly stuff like my mom just sent me a shirt that says Chicago, my kind of town. And it's like extra, extra, extra large. And then I'll be like, Mom, this doesn't fit. And she goes, if you don't like it, don't wear it. Like she gets very upset that I don't, whatever. She's going to listen to this. And
she means well.
Yeah.
She sounds adorable.
She may not know what a podcast is, but she is adorable. And but my brother, I get explosive with members of my family over dumb stuff. And he said,
sounds about right.
He goes, Rye, did you see the 3 newest episodes of Big Bang Theory? And I don't watch the show. I know what it is. I've seen reruns, and really, I've only watched it when I visited his house in Tennessee. And he's like, Did you see him yet?" Like I watch it all the time. Yeah. I go, Tom, the show's been on for like 11 seasons. I've never once brought it up. I go, I'll listen to you talk about it anytime, but I've never watched the show. I'm not going to watch new episodes. And he's like, geez, yell at me some more about it. Why don't you? And I'm like, it just okay. Like boils my blood to make like I'm like, I know that I don't watch it. And he's like, I never knew that. And I'm like, it's been 11 seasons. Like we've talked about it every season. Anyway, Tom Buds, episode 10. Check it out.
Great guy.
Okay, so you work at Black Market Gelato. Bubba. Your real name is Ian, but we're going to call you Bubba because I don't know any other Bubbas.
Yep.
And
that are white. That are white.
I know. Well, my man Bubba Sparks. He's a white guy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all.
He'll be on the podcast
Sparks.
next week. A trivia question a couple weeks ago. How many X's are in Bubba Sparks' name? Do either of you happen to know that?
It's 3.
It is 3.
Because he's a porn star.
He's X-rated with his lyrics. And I have a fact about you. It is that you are a scuba instructor.
I am a scuba instructor.
You teach people scuba.
Yes, sir.
Every day.
Not every day.
Almost every day.
I wish it was every day.
You wish it was every day.
That would be lovely, but it's not every day.
One time I reached out to you and I said, hey, maybe we could do a little prize at Trivia Night where you have a gift certificate on getting scuba instructed. And you were like, it's $2,000. I was like,
that was an exaggeration.
I was
but
like,
it was just,
so we could do what? Just once, twice, 3 times? But that's insane. So you do have to pay a lot of money to go to these classes to get completely scuba certified.
I sound like a shameless self-plug, but right now, only right now, we actually have a deal on Groupon.
Every scuba instructing lesson comes with a free pint of Black Market Gelato.
Not promising that, but it's
welcome.
Very good.
If you're nice enough and you tickle my brother's fancy, maybe you
tickle
might
his what? All right, go ahead.
So we got a deal on Groupon right now for I believe it's $299.
$299.
$299.
You get completely certified. So that sounds about $900. Well, that sounds about $1,700 off from the last time I talked to you.
So the thing is the class covers your tuition, so like my fees, and then it covers your education expenses, which a lot of people like kind of throw in the wind. They're like, oh, that can't be that much. But it's like when you look at it and you try and price it out, if you were just to go to the website that I work for and you just buy the online class, it's like $150 just for the online class. That's not the class included.
And this isn't like Carl's scuba instructor.
No,
it's not like some guy with a small puddle that's like, put your face in it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is like a real guy named Bubba telling you to do that.
We use a bathtub. We use a puddle. So,
very good.
No, I mean...
Advanced classes are in kiddie pool.
Yeah, exactly. So we do... I belong to an organization called PADI, and they certify roughly 85% of the world's divers.
Oh, wow.
So that's like when you get certified through like my shop in Silmar, 13059 San Fernando Road.
What a plug whore.
When you get certified through us, it's something that is world-renowned. You can go anywhere and you just show them your logbook and your certification card, and they take it with more than face value.
I have a trivia logbook that is not nearly as adventurous. It's like survived another night at Lee's for cocktails.
Honestly, I remember being there one time with a good friend of ours, and we were sitting there, and then there's 2 girls by this old, I don't know if anyone remembers those casino games that they put in bars.
Yeah, the touchscreen things.
Yeah, the touchscreen thing. So they're sitting there, and then we hear giggling and like, oh my God, you stupid bitch. And then we're like, okay, and then next thing you hear is like, you whore, and then this bottle gets thrown, and everyone's like sitting there, and Ryan's like, and cat fight in the back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We're sitting there, we're like, okay, what's happening? They leave the store. The bartender at the time, Mike, was pretty on point. He was like, get out. So they leave, and in the parking lot, you hear, you whore again, and then you hear another bottle break, and everyone's
Where'd they get that bottle from?
Another bottle, and then the
That girl
sirens
just has
turned
those in her
on, and
purse.
we're like, oh, okay, police were already called.
Yeah.
Great time.
The last crazy thing that happened to me there was I walked in and it was packed. It was more packed than I've ever seen it. And I was like, holy cow.
10 people?
Yeah. No, it was like jammed, and there were people everywhere. People in suits. People. It was like some sort of reunion or something. And then there were like just a bunch of regular people. And then there's the most crazy mix of people. There's like bikers and drug dealers, and it's like Sons of Anarchy, but then porn stars and hooker type people. And then like, because it's near Chatsworth where they make like most of the world's porn, and it's like it was just crazy.
Pornando Valley.
And then regular college kids, because the college, California State University of Northridge, is right down the street where you mentioned you can get classes on facing products.
Yeah.
So I was in there. I go, oh man, this is going to be tough. And then I'm like, well, I'll go around and see if people want to play trivia. Everybody wanted to play. And I was like, this is great. So I set everything up. 12 teams, more than we've ever had, and I got like everything's last plug is in, and I'm like, all right, everybody, trivia starts right now. And literally, like, as I said it, bedlam broke out. It was like somebody pushed somebody knocked a table completely over with tons of drinks. There was shit flying, people were fighting. Somebody supposedly had a gun but didn't pull it out, but like did the thing where they show it on their hip and that, and it was like, god damn it. And like, I can't get paid if I don't do the thing. Like if I had been doing it a half hour, they'd probably been like, here's your pay. So I like literally set everything up, didn't get paid, took it all down, and just went home because the whole bar got shut down. Like everybody got kicked out of the bar, cops came in, and nobody could come back in. So everybody gets screwed because two fucks wanted to fight. You know what I mean? So the bartender's making way less money that night too, and it was just like the worst. But that
doesn't really get good tips anyways.
That's right.
You remember the guy? You remember the guy? I forget his name, but he was always like the bartending help for Mike.
Brian.
Yeah.
He
was like he would
Little
try and
bald
like
guy.
help you out or something. Like, hey Brian, what do you think the answer? Because he's like, I think he's like 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
Like, oh Brian, what's the answer? And all you would hear is, oh
yeah, he's like, and you're like, you don't have words that come out of your face.
That's great.
And then you're just like, you're sitting there and you're trying to write down the answer, and he's trying to tell you Shania Twain, but it sounds like a motorcycle, and you're like, okay.
I've never nodded politely more at anybody in my life, like when they're talking to me, and I'm like, yes,
you're right.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
So there's some Leaves for Cocktails fun for you. Guys, we're going to get into your topics now. This is the point in the podcast.
All right.
We're going to get into some trivia. We're going to talk about the 5 topics you each gave me. Dan, we're going to start with your topics. You ready?
I'm ready.
Your first topic on your list was accents, which is very, very specific. I don't know how I could really do. I'd be like, does this guy do this accent in this movie? Like, I don't even know what the questions would be.
See, he was hoping you were gonna say, "Oh, do a British accent."
Yeah,
and give him a point for a British
Oh,
accent.
you could do
similar.
accents. Can you do a couple
Not
for us
really.
right now?
I
Oh
probably
no.
can do one.
Okay, what's your favorite one? Do a promo for Black Market Gelato in your favorite accent. This guy needs to take an improv class. It sounds like.
I do got to do an improv class one day. I don't know.
You don't have to do it.
So nervous. I don't know.
Do you want me to do it?
What?
I could do it for you.
Go ahead, do it.
This is Sean Connery promoting Black Market Gelato.
Okay.
Eat Black Market Gelato. That's all I got.
Oh, that's all. Okay. I thought there was going more. I mean, I thought like.
See,
And
if you wanna,
right after you eat a good pussy, have a nice pint of Black Market Gelato.
Suck it, Trebek.
no, I mean, like
That's all I got.
what you could do is if you ever want to do like a Sean Connery accent, just say Irish wristwatch.
Wristwatch. Yeah, there you go. Done.
You instantly sound like
Let's all say it together. Wristwatch.
wristwatch.
It's like he's in the room. It's almost like they've
he's
cloned
here,
him
he's
3
actually
times.
right
Yeah,
Honestly,
very
we should
good.
be watching The Rock right now.
We
just-
should. Do you mean The Rock?
The Rock.
Wristwatch. All right, that was terrible. Your next, no.
Good
No,
speed.
for real. What would you like? Well, give me an example of an accent-related trivia question. I'm kind of, or is it like accents like Spanish, like the punctuation accents?
Oh, I can barely speak English.
Could never tell. Guy that uses more sunscreen than everyone else in the room.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Like my question would probably be like, God, Caught me off. I don't know.
Your next topic was
That's not my job to think of the questions. I just thought of the comments.
Well, anyways,
your
after
next
that
topic-
disappointing question and answer segment, we
Your
move
next
on.
topic was famous redheads. Do you consider yourself a famous redhead?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
The biggest redhead from Granada Hill. Are there any celebrities from Granada Hills, California that you know of?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
John Elway.
John Elway.
John Elway.
I understand
Ryan
he is
Braun.
a football player.
Yes.
Who else? Ryan Phillippe?
Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun. Ryan Buds used to host trivia in Granada Hills.
Yes,
Oh,
this is
did
true.
Right down the street at a bar, one of the best bars around. It's
One of
called
the best
Lee's
bars.
Four
Yeah.
Cocktails.
I heard that bar is.
Are they paying us to talk
better.
about them so much?
Of course, yeah. I'm actually opening a rival bar called Lee's Five Cocktails right next door, and it's going to be a little bit nicer.
A little bit nicer.
Taking over that beauty salon.
You're gonna use that that cocaine atmosphere. And
Sure.
you're gonna make it like a higher class crack atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
There's
what
going
you
to be
gotta
3
do.
dartboards instead of 2.
Oh my God! What if it was
No,
called?
they're gonna
What
be
if there was a
actually
place?
dartboards, not those electronic ones that
Yeah.
you have the safety darts because you don't
Yeah.
want people killing each other in the bar.
Lee's
It's also
Five
important to have
Cocktails is maybe the worst name for a bar. It's the second worst name after Lee's Four Cocktails.
Exactly.
Famous redheads. Who are some of your famous redheads that you look up to as a redhead yourself?
Let's see.
Maybe Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson is definitely up there.
Maybe the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No.
He was I think he did a kiddie porn thing in
I
real life.
think I think he got busted.
I think
for,
he's done
being
acting.
A pedophile.
Yeah.
100%.
So hopefully not
He's
him.
up there. I mean, he's on the list. But
So he's on the list. Yeah.
Sean
Oh,
White?
Sean White.
Sean White, yeah.
I feel like
He's
Danny
excellent.
associates more with Carrot Top in terms of
Top,
popularity and
Sure.
sociability.
He's big show on the Strip, Vegas Strip.
Yes. I'm also, too, doing steroids.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking a lot of carrot juice.
How's that? Yeah, how's that going? I don't see you doing either of those things
for
right
any-
now.
for those that
That's
don't
why I
know-
do podcasts, so they can't actually see.
That's a
and
good
For those
idea.
who don't know what Danny looks like, it's basically a twig with shoes. And that's Danny.
Twig shoes.
I also wear pants sometimes.
I like it. Your next topic, sports, just general, very general.
Yes,
Now, he gave me 4 other pretty good ones, Bubba, so I did not have him correct his and make it more specific. But sports is pretty general. What are some of your favorite sports?
Baseball.
Sure. Were
Hockey.
you excited about these Cubs?
I'm not a Cubs fan.
Did you want the
but
Indians to win?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
If I had to choose, I would rather have the Cubs win.
Sure. It
But
seems like America's wanted that
it's
team to
definitely
win.
the story behind it.
Did you see the rally had 5 million people?
Yes.
There's only 2.7 million in the city, which is insane.
The better thing is you should look at the Chicago scanner. Danny was showing me something from the Chive where it
Yeah.
was they had a
it was like a
breakdown
Twitter thing.
Yeah.
a breakdown
And it
of
was
the
like,
Twitter.
Like the crimes that were happening.
Local people have taken down a telephone pole and now walking down the street with it.
Oh,
Live
nice.
wire still attached.
Another guy climbed a pole and fell.
Sure.
There's like a
EMTs
bunch of
needed
Twitter.
and stuff like
It's
that. It's
Jesus.
like
My
there's
kind of
this-
Chicago,
yeah, there's
my
this-
kind
there's
of
this-
town.
go
Exactly.
visit.
There's this back to what your mom said. My kind
Yeah,
of
my
town.
kind of town.
There's this funny tweet. It was like Chicago after the World Series, and there was 2 boxes. It's happy fires, and angry fires.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
it was the check mark next to happy fires. And you think about it, and you're like, Chicago can't be that messed up. And then you like see video of
108
it.
years of
Yeah.
You see video
World
of it,
Series
and people
amped
got
just
real
going.
shady real quick.
Oh yeah. 108. Did you see
breaking
all the
into
108
bars.
stuff? Like the number 108. Like there's 108 feet between the foul pole. Like all that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is really forced.
It's
They're
anything to
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
idiots.
create.
Yeah.
There is stats for how many fleas Babe Ruth had on his left testicle versus how many
Sure.
hair follicles are on someone's
Which is
finger.
actually Dan's next topic. How many fleas were on
What?
Babe Ruth's testicles?
That's not really a topic,
yeah.
more or less of a question he
Sure.
wanted you to ask.
And a diagram he seems to have drawn out on this
did.
100-inch TV. Okay, your next topic, 90s cartoons. That is actually brought up a lot. I interview a lot of millennials on this podcast, and 90s cartoons is definitely on there. Now, when you say 90s, do you mean like Nickelodeon? A little
Like
bit
Nickelodeon.
of ABC, one Saturday morning, a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything, like
Fox
bananas
Kids.
in pajamas.
Bananas and pajamas. That's what we
Rocket
say when
Power,
my
so
daughter's
yeah.
getting ready for bed, because we call her Banana.
okay.
And she puts on pajamas.
Oh, that's good. Does she walk downstairs? Like walk?
We don't have
down
stairs.
the stairs?
One floor in our house. It's California. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's true. No basement.
Is that a landline that just rang? Good God.
That is
Someone.
a landline.
is
So my
that-
parents believe in being pestered by telemarketers. That's the only
Sure.
reason they keep the landline.
I kind of like that.
turn
That
that off.
people on the podcast are going to be like, "What the hell is that?" Nobody knows what that is anymore. That's kind of fun.
They're just not going to know.
Your
And
next
half the
topic.
time-
Your next topic is old technology. No, someone's leaving a
old
voicemail.
technology.
What is
Yeah.
that?
What?
if
Let's
you listen
listen.
to it. So it's one of the
Funding for
shameless
safe kids?
plugs for politics.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like we
Oh,
get
the
them all
election's
the
coming
time,
up.
but
Yeah.
we got a call yesterday of some. It was an actual person
Yeah.
saying, "Hi, I'm Jill Stein," and I said, "There's no effing way you're Jill Stein," and I hung up on him.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, "There's." Occasionally, you get those people that are like, and it's like you could tell it's a real person because if it's a recording, it doesn't matter what you say. Like I answered in Spanish, I was like, "Hola, cómo está?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish." And then they continued with their presentation.
whole
And I was
presentation.
like, "Oh, that's wonderful." You
Doesn't
don't-
even matter.
Yeah.
Dan, if I could say that you are one cartoon from the 90s, I would say Roger Klotz from the show Doug. That's who you look like. He had red hair. It was kind of spiky like yours. And
Wasn't
you
he the
look like a
main
bully, and
antagonist?
your skin's a little green right now.
I was about to say, wasn't he the antagonist?
He
in that
was.
show?
Yeah, Roger. But he kind of, I think, became their friend. I think they all started to hang out. I don't think he was always a dick. You know,
I'm
it's
not
like your
always.
group of friends.
So,
Yeah, right.
Ryan, what year
took a
were you
while.
born?
I was born in 85.
85. So my sister's
year.
born in 81.
Yeah.
We're all the same generation.
Yeah.
Very good, Bubba. Did you do it
It's
all
like,
on your own?
no, it's like, it's weird. Like, we're all the same generation. Yeah, I was born 93, Danny 89.
You're 93.
I'm 93.
Damn it, 8 years older than this schmuck. How old are you? 23?
Yeah, 23.
Oh, I thought you were older.
Yeah, thanks.
We're going to have to that's the end of the podcast.
That's the other podcast.
It does need to.
can't have
Yeah,
no
no,
fucks
people
on
have to
here.
be 24 or older. Right. Or we just have to stop.
Well, can we do this?
You have to
Can we
be able to rent
reschedule
a car.
February?
Yeah. Your last topic was fast food.
Yes.
Eat a lot of fast food?
I do.
You look like it.
I don't.
No. What's
Those
your
hips don't lie.
what's your favorite thing if you're like in a pinch for time? You're like, I gotta go get something real quick. What's your go-to?
Probably Taco Bell.
Really?
Diarrhea.
You know what mine is lately? Del Taco, because
Okay.
their tacos, the Del Taco it's like
Have you
I think
had
it's the freshest ingredients on a taco, and it's like $1.30.
Yeah. Have you had the Double Del? Their cheeseburger, that they
Cheeseburger
have.
from Del Taco.
No, I wouldn't
It's
get a
probably
cheeseburger there.
one of the best drunk decisions.
Really?
I have. It's top 3 drunk burgers in my life.
Really?
Also a great sober decision.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't like
I don't
Taco.
eat
If
those
I
places.
get Taco Bell standard during the day, I'm like, this is dog food. I'm like, this is the worst food. And then at night, I'm like, this is the best food of all time.
So Ryan,
I almost don't even have to be drunk. It just has to be nighttime. Exactly.
so Ryan,
Talk about.
my girlfriend who happens to be sitting right next to you.
Oh, is that who that is?
She
You're talking about the dog?
She loves the dog does
dog,
not
somebody
love
else?
Taco Bell, but
Okay.
she loves Taco Bell.
give it
She
to him?
gets like this I don't know what they're called. They're like a creamy filling, like they look disgusting. They're pure sugar.
Oh, the
and
cinnamon
she used to order
cinnamon bun bites.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. She
Yes.
used to order 12 at a time
Oh my
and then
God.
hate herself afterwards.
Sure.
But she's like, they're so good. I'm like, how can you do that?
She's
to
now
yourself?
300 pounds.
She's
man.
not 300 pounds. She's actually only 260. I mean, she's been working on it.
Very good.
She hasn't ordered in a couple.
It's hard to get her in those scuba suits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to go.
Plus, you don't want to
scuba diving.
see her in a scuba suit. She's 200 pounds.
She's flicking everybody off. Thanks for being a guest. Thanks for coming to watch this live taping. All right, Bubba, since you're kind of a dick, we're going to get into your topics right now. Here we go. Bubba topics. You ready?
Yeah.
Where did you get the nickname Bubba?
So when I was born, my aunt.
All right,
so,
great story. Here's your topics. No, your aunt.
So
What happened?
when my aunt and my dad were kids, they had a black lab named Ian.
Okay, and
then
that's your
so-
name.
So that's my name.
Yeah.
And then so when I was born, my mom wanted to name me a Junior after my father.
Yes.
But my dad's like, no, have him have his own name.
Yes.
So my mom and dad set aside Ian because it's John in Scottish, and my name is my uncle's name backwards, my godfather.
Okay.
So they were like, there's this reason. And then my aunt goes, you named him after a dog? And I happened to be fat when I was born.
Sure.
So they were like,
Constantly drooling.
yeah, basically. So they
Dragging
were
your
like,
ass
so they were
roll
like,
him everywhere?
they were like,
You learned to roll before you learned to walk.
yeah, basically. They actually had to roll me.
Well, they gave him
But
treats.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You have to. It was the butterball bites, those things. But my aunt
I
was
thought it was those cinnamon bites we were just talking about. No? Oh, look out.
I wouldn't have any teeth. No, but my aunt was like, no, that's not his name. It's Bubba. My
Yeah.
mom refused to call me it.
Really?
I think I was like 2 or 3 years old and I did something stupid and my mom goes, Bubba.
Yeah.
And then my aunt goes, oh,
It's
kind of like that moment in
yeah.
Super Troopers. Where he's like, oh, got you.
Sure.
So that was...
And another fun fact, you live most of your life through references to Super Troopers.
Yes, I do actually.
He loves
Shenanigans.
syrup. He loves syrup.
Here are your 5 topics. The first thing, Hamlet by Shakespeare.
one
That
of my-
seems kind of random for something
It's
from a
one of
guy
my
named Bubba.
Right?
Favorite works of art.
Really?
Couldn't be the
Hamlet.
like the most different 5 topics from each of us.
Yeah,
And
this could be very
I
interesting.
pick fast
Yeah.
food. He picks Hamlet. Like what the hell?
Yeah, I mean.
Were you an English major?
No, I'm actually a marine bio major.
Marine bio.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, I don't know. Something about Hamlet, the story, and then
a lot of deceit. Isn't there a lot of deceit in Hamlet? Mm-hmm. Deceit?
Yeah, there is. There's
Deception?
there's a lot of deception, and there's also so I talk a whole bunch when I teach.
Yeah,
nobody notices.
That's why they're constantly trying to push you underwater. Like, shut this guy up.
No, so I talk a whole bunch, and there's one character in Hamlet. His name's Polonius. He's like one of the main characters. He's Ophelia's dad, and he goes, "Brevity is the soul of wit," meaning if you shut your mouth, you seem smart.
Yeah. And you never do that.
I love that saying, but I cannot shut my mouth. It's like one of those things. So
perfect, but you should have your own podcast. That's pretty much what it's all about.
Pretty much. If he has his own podcast.
Your next topic, The Life Aquatic with Steve Azuzu and Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Big Cubs fan. What is your favorite thing about that movie? A lot of people, I'm not a huge Wes Anderson guy, and I specifically actually don't like this movie.
Why don't you like this movie?
Slow, boring, not funny to me.
See, I just think the fact that Bill Murray is trying to act so much like Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah.
It is hilarious to me. Because, like, if you watch, like, any Jacques Cousteau thing, he's very stoic. He always has a cigarette. He's very French. Always has a cigarette. If he could, he said he would smoke underwater.
Yeah.
Like, this guy just smoke like a chimney. And so when you watch Life Aquatic, you have Bill Murray trying to, like, act stoic, and he's like a very comedic and to me, I just love the fact that they're like making up random animals. William Dafoe's part where he's like this like secret agent kind of type guy, and he's like, but I want to shoot the guy. It's like stupid funny.
I think I may have saw it when it first came out, and maybe I need to watch it again because it came out in like 2004.
It came out a long time
ago.
Over
10 years ago, so I need to watch it again. But maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just right.
I think
do you think so? Do you like the movie?
If you don't like Wes Anderson, Wes Anderson, don't
here's
watch
the
it.
two I like. I like Rushmore and Moonrise Kingdom.
You
that's it.
You like Rushmore?
I do like Rushmore, Moonrise Kingdom. The other ones I think are all fun to look at and watch, but I don't actually like them. You know what I mean?
Haven't seen the Grand Budapest Hotel, but I really want to see it.
Looks great, awesome,
it's pretty
awesome
good,
to look at. But I something about the movie, I'm like, there's a point in every movie I watch where I go, this whole thing seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
And I'm just not invested at all in what's actually happening.
That's most of your movies I've seen you in.
That's pretty much, that's a good track record for me. But if I get, by the way, I'll be in a Wes Anderson movie. And I would literally be like, and just to be in the movie.
Just to be in the movie. Yeah, exactly.
Just eating cinnamon bites in the background slowly over, Jason Schwartzman's shoulder. Here's a fun fact. Most trivia players at my nights look like Jason Schwartzman. That's the most looked like trivia player celebrity. That's true. Your next topic was science or myth.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a terrible show that we should create. Science or myth. And you said use Reddit. And I am a internet guy, but I don't use a lot of Reddit. Like, I know how to contact people and comment and post, but like I don't know how to use it every day. Like, I don't get anything out of using it, if that makes sense.
So Reddit, I actually just fell into Reddit not too long ago. I picked up a side gig because scuba diving doesn't pay jack.
Sure.
And so I picked up a side gig at
Because it's $2,000.
Yeah, at the school I go to school at CSUN. I do IT, and in the IT office, there's a lot of people that go on, like, they'll come in and they'll have Reddit as one of their bookmarks or something. And like, it was like a fascination that drew me towards it.
Yeah.
And then it's wonderful to like see all these different like sub areas of the network to be like, oh, there's this one area dedicated to, let's say, trivia with buds.
Yeah, specific
and
thing.
it's just trivia with buds. Like, I don't care if it's crap memes or anything like that. It's trivia with buds. And
it's that, I think it is, you're right, that dedication to a specific niche.
You're trying to build a community. Now,
which is what I need you to do for Trivia with Buds. So once you hop on there,
I'll start it.
You got to start it up.
Yeah, and then so
it's just one meme.
Yeah, exactly.
One meme.
Just one Life Aquatic meme, and I'm like, God damn it, Bubba, this is the worst Reddit.
No, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you sit there and you look at it, but half the time it's like really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this is like the stupidest post I've ever seen in my entire life. But then you go on Facebook and realize that's
pretty much
the
all that is,
entire
too.
Facebook. So it's like I gave up Facebook for Reddit.
Yeah.
In terms of Facebook is a bunch of racist family members.
Yeah, that is
not
a fun
even
way to
my
put
family
it.
members. Not even my family members. Like friends of mine. They'll like.
Oh, yeah.
they'll,
Especially around election time.
Yeah, around
yeah.
election time, I'll get like friends who like I don't know what it's called on Facebook when you share something, and they'll share like a cousin in Indiana talking about the Democratic election in California. It's like, what do they know?
Yeah.
They know everything about you.
My wife's biological dad posts a lot of stuff that's like Trump, 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 and then like he'll like tag his daughters in it, and they're like they'll like comment like fuck off, like stop doing this dumb stuff. So that's fun for me to watch.
And there you go.
I'm constantly following that stuff.
I just like to read it just for like
just get a nice bowl of popcorn and just read what they're writing and be like, Did you ever have an education? Like, it just seems like...
And they didn't. Did you like the show Mythbusters, since you like science and myths?
I did like the show Mythbusters. When it originally came out.
You're wearing a beret right now, and you have a very strange Fu Manchu mustache goatee thing going on.
No, they call me Jamie. No, but I didn't like it when it originally came out because it was... they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, it was just random.
They were never
You're an expert in the
They were never on TV. Like when you watch good television, like even these scientists that are on like Outrageous Acts of Science.
Yeah.
They use their hands. If you want a great example, watch season 1 of Pawn Stars and watch Pawn Stars now.
Totally different
The difference in acting between the two. And it's just the original couple seasons weren't fun to watch because they didn't understand that they had to not bicker on camera.
And amp up all the value and all that
then,
stuff.
Like, limit the bicker
Sure.
or
The
something
best
like
I could
that.
do is $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you have to. It's weird how like shallow and fickle that sounds, but when you're watching it for entertainment, like, there's no way I'm learning a science lesson watching Mythbusters.
I was on Beverly Hills Pawn selling a
I
Sharknado
know, you
fin,
were fucking-
and that's all. They call it scripted reality. So it's like I'm not actually the thing I was selling wasn't even mine. It was just like it was a prop I borrowed from the Asylum who made the Sharknado movies, and it was just a signed fin. It was a piece of styrofoam.
Did you borrow that with anticipation of getting the thing, or did you borrow that?
I had auditioned. Like a friend of mine's like, hey, I'm doing auditions for this pawn show. You have the personality that would be fun on it. Do you have anything cool that you'd maybe want to sell, like a collectible thing? And I'm like, I can get a thing from Sharknado. Maybe we could do that as the whole angle. And they were like, we love it. So like, I pretty much came up with the idea, and then they were like, okay, so why are you selling the fin? And I'm like, my wife and I are about to have a baby, and she wants a really expensive $10,000 crib, so we need some extra cash to buy it, which was not true at all. But she did want an expensive crib that was maybe like $2,000 or something. Okay. So
a $2,000 crib that they're only going to be in for like a year, 2 years.
Yeah. So I was like, what about that? And they're like, we love it. So like, I kind of did have control over what happened, which was fun. And then and they're like, okay, so you're going to ask for $20,000 for the fin. It is a piece of styrofoam that's signed by like Ian Ziering from 90210. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, all right. So then the guy on Beverly Hills Pawn's like, I don't even know what this is. What is this? Like, he's like freaking out about it. So they turn it down. And then like I walk out and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to hold on to the fin. We'll get a cheaper crib and we'll put it in framed over the crib. So we'll be like, this is paying homage to when I was in this crazy movie. So that was kind of like what the story was of that show. But it was fun.
Any memorabilia from that movie?
No.
Do you have that fake like half-eaten leg that they threw on you, or no?
My leg in that movie is just in the sand. They were just like,
no, I know, but
dig a hole and put it. They did put they put a little prosthetic on my knee where it looked like kind of like it got chomped. But I just threw it away that day.
You threw it away?
Threw it away. Yeah.
I was about to say you should have kept it.
It was real gooey.
Was it?
It was all covered in blood.
Ugh. Yummy.
They really pulled it up. All right, your last topic was... two more topics. Famous Food Network chefs.
That was my life. I hate scary movies. When I was a kid, the only television channel that did not show scary commercials was Food Network.
That's very specific.
So when from like ages like
They burnt
so my
the
sister
lasagna.
my sister was an ass when I was a kid and would always tell me like, oh, don't worry, the monsters only come out when you're asleep.
Oh wow, what
which
a
is
weird
true.
sister.
Yeah,
Kids,
which is very true,
whatever it
kids. So I would like only watch Food Network, and I got a TV when I think I turned like 12.
Yeah.
I think my parents got me. This is going to be bad. They got me a VHS DVD
Combo.
19-inch combo TV.
That's a good present.
And it was the coolest thing I ever got.
Oh yeah. I got like a stereo that played CDs when I was in like the 7th grade. My dad's like, it's time for you to have your own boom box. And I was like, I'm a man. And then I put on that Limp Bizkit and Garth Brooks mashup CD I made. But why are you still scared of scary movies?
I definitely do have like, okay, this is the weirdest thing. If I'm out in a forest and it's nighttime, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
But if I'm underwater and I have like over 300 plus dives and I've
like in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, in the middle of the
Not
ocean
scared at
at the oil rigs, which the bottom is 750 feet deep at
Holy
one of
shit.
the oil rigs off the coast here. I can't see the bottom, but I am more than comfortable and I'm not scared. But the second you put me up here, and I get terrified. I don't know why.
That is very interesting.
I don't know
We'll
why.
have to examine your brain after you die.
I don't know.
Which may be sued in a horror movie based on your life. Yes. All right. Your last topic: baseball movies with nonsensical plots, which was
like
great.
that,
I really
don't
did like that. That was kind of fun because I'm like, there's not that many, and I'm like, oh wait, there are. Kind of a lot.
There's a
Yeah,
lot.
there's a lot.
I think I can think.
Do you have a
of
favorite?
6.
Do you have a favorite one, like
My
specifically?
favorite would probably be
The most nonsensical?
either Angels in the Outfield because it's Donald Glover's what is it? Donald Glover?
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's default role that he now does now, where
Sure.
he's like that overarching protective figure and stuff. And it was like a funny
That
type
is
of
good.
movie that was like really, really stupid. It's got Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, it was,
I thought that was based on a true story.
It is.
Oh, okay.
yeah, the California Angels.
Yeah, there's a real
100%.
team called the Angels. I don't know if you know that, Dan.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
And they are literally spirits playing on the field.
Yeah. It's crazy. You don't even see them. It's just like an empty field, and then like a pitch comes out of nowhere.
Guys, we've gotten to
learned
know you
something
guys
new.
over the course of the last half hour. So now it is time to reveal the topics we've chosen. Dan, your topic is fast food.
Sweet.
Bubba, your topic is baseball movies with nonsensical plots.
I was hoping
We're going to
you
get
didn't pick that
into
one.
it right now. This is called the Trivia Showdown. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth with questions. Fast food and then baseball movies. Either of you can buzz in on either question. If you get it right, you get 1
We
point.
have to think
if it's,
of a thing. Don't we?
Yeah, you get 1 point if it's your topic, 2 points if it is your other brother's topic. So if you can steal the answer before they can, you get 2 points. And then you also everybody gets to like answer each question one time. So like if Bubba misses a baseball question, you will have a chance to answer it to get 2 points. Okay? And then we're going to do a thing called the combo question and then categories with buds to close it out. You guys ready?
Ready.
We have to come up with a buzz-in word. What's like a one-syllable word that means something to both of you that might be kind of fun to buzz in
Who's
with?
Kip?
Kip?
What?
Kip.
Who's Kip?
I'm my dog.
Oh, your dog.
My dog.
You cool with that, Dan?
I guess.
You're going to buzz in with the word Kip, and Kip is going to get very confused because he's going to hear his name 20 times.
Kip.
Yep.
there it
He's
is.
already
Ears
looking.
perked up.
Poor son of a bitch. Here we go. Round number 1, question 1. This is fast food trivia. You're buzzing in with the word Kip. In 2005, a TV ad claimed it had a sandwich so big it said breakfast will never be the same. The enormous omelet egg sandwich was 730 calories from what fast food joint?
Kip.
Bubba.
God.
Carl's Jr.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Dan.
Oh, okay. That. I'm gonna have to say Burger King.
It is correct. Burger King, 1 point for Dan on the board. Bubba
Jesus.
Suck it, Bubba.
buzzed in early.
Carl's
and,
Jr. is like
it is,
famous for that stuff.
Thank you for
though.
picking
Sure
Bubba
is.
because I would have picked Carl's Jr.
process of
Probably would have
elimination.
went with Burger King after Carl's Jr.
Nice job. Fast food question. First question done. We're moving on to baseball movies with nonsensical plots. Question 1. What team does the main character play for in the movie Rookie of the Year?
Kip.
Oh, that was the exact same time.
Kip.
I'm
said
going to
it
go
twice.
with Bubba on this one.
That was the Chicago Cubs.
It was the world
2016
champion.
World Series champion.
World champion Chicago Cubs. It is the Cubs, and that was the kid from American Pie, right?
No.
No, Devin
Yes.
Kid.
Yes.
Wait, was it?
No,
The kid that bangs Tara Reid.
Yes. I think that's him.
It's the same kid. I'm
Is
pretty
it?
sure. Yeah, I forget
All
his
I know
name.
is that he had the same doctor as Bubba and I when we were kids.
Really? All I know is that he is in a band with his brother, and they played at a bar by my house, and nobody came.
So I would say that Daniel and I are also in a band, but
Oh, yeah.
Daniel has zero musical talent,
Sure.
and I only know what good music sounds like. I can't play it.
Damn.
I just run around.
I just run around on stage.
Fast food question 2. A talking oven mitt was used as the spokes thing
Kip.
for what fast food chain?
Kip.
Yes.
That would be Stouffer's.
Not a fast food chain.
Not
so
a
incorrect.
fast food.
And also, remember, I forgot to mention this.
Idiot.
Wait till the whole question's read so people at home can play along. Okay. So, you, Dan, do you have a guess? Oven mitt, fast food, spokes thing.
Arby's.
It is Arby's. That
knew
is
it.
1
I
point
knew
for
it.
Dan. So it is
Making me
I
sound
do-
like a fat ass.
2-1. Yeah, you big fat ginger.
Well, 290 pounds. That's pretty fat. 5'4", 290.
2-1.
with a
Dan
PH.
is up by 1 point to Bubba's 1. Here's baseball movies number 2. What is Wesley Snipes' character's name in Major League?
Kip.
Dan.
Wait, what's his name? Willie Mays Hayes.
It is correct, and that is 2 points, so that's 4-1.
I watched that a little bit ago, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's probably why the
I
Indians
hate
are doing
you.
so well,
And
because
you-
I watched Major League.
Very good, and you stole those points from Bubba, so you got 2. So
Yeah.
it's 4-1 right now. Anything can happen. Bubba, let's see if you could steal one. This is number 3 for fast food. Number 3, who insists that they have better ingredients, better pizza?
Kip.
Bubba.
Papa John.
Papa John's, that's 2 points, and now it is 4-3. Dan, did you know that one?
What?
Did you know that one?
Sure.
Of course. Just a little slow on the response there. Here comes number 3, baseball movies with nonsensical plots. What team does 12-year-old Billy own and manage in the film Little Big League?
Kip.
Dan.
The Twins.
The Minnesota Twins. That is 2 points. So now it is 6-3. Bubba, that was a movie I watched. I'm not even a huge baseball fan. I watched that movie on repeat. It was on TBS.
His
one
uncle
year.
a great
owned
movie.
it, right? Or his
His
grandfather.
grandpa
owned it.
leaves him the. Oh,
It's a great movie.
Great movie. Love it. I thought the kid was such a good actor, and I was like 12 at the time, and I was like, I could run a baseball team. I don't even like baseball. Number 4 on the fast food side. In 1871, a German butcher opened the first what in Coney Island?
Kip.
Who do you think that was? That was Bubba.
That's
Nathan's Hot Dogs.
It was a hot dog stand. I'm not sure what it was, but you get the points there, and you get 2 because you stole it from old Dan. Did you know that one, Dan? Coney Island's kind of the
I was
giveaway
just
there.
gonna say
Coney Island
I was
hot
gonna say
dogs.
like a hot dog.
I thought it was.
They're
I thought it
known
was
for hot dogs.
Nathan's because they have that Nathan's Hot Dogs
It may have been.
hot dog eating
But
contest.
Nathan's not.
I
a
did not
German
read the
name.
rest of the sentence because I'm a quick guy.
Nathan is
This
an
is
American.
number 4 in baseball movies. Let's see if you guys know this one. Who plays the hopeless coach in Angels in the Outfield?
Kip.
You said it earlier.
Literally just said it maybe 5 minutes ago. What do you got?
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover, 1 point. That makes it 6-6. And just like that, it's a tied game. So now you have to fight with your shirts off.
Whoa.
Wait,
Whoa.
I'm not
Whoa.
wearing
I
a
did
shirt.
not.
Listen,
sign
there's
up
a
for
sign
this.
in here that says "Rich is man cave where men can be men." So take your shirts off.
So a friend of
And
mine,
sheep can be nervous.
A friend of mine put a sign underneath that said "Where sheep can be nervous."
Oh, a little sheep banging going on.
Yep.
Here we go. This
in
is
the
number
Netherlands.
5. True or false? Fast food. Waffle House is open every hour and every day of the year.
Kip.
True. Oh.
Oh, that was fun.
Kip.
False.
I'm going to say, so you buzzed in first.
Yeah, that is false.
It is not. So, Dan, what was it?
True.
It is true. They are open every
My
day.
house closes.
No, it doesn't.
No,
There's no
their big
Waffle
thing
House
is that they
in my
never close.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Waffle House.
I went there at 4:30 in the morning, completely hammered.
Are you talking about a local Waffle House around here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have Waffle
No.
Houses in California. The chain Waffle House.
Chain waffle.
There's a Waffle House right there on Chatsworth and Lindley. It's
not the same.
Probably not the same chain.
How do they spell the house in Waffle House?
H.
I think you could probably call a place the Waffle House, but you know what I mean?
Because I think they
it's such
spell
a
it. I
general
think they
name.
call it HAUS. That's why I'm like
Oh,
thinking.
house, like a German
Yeah,
house?
I think that's. I thought that was the
I
chain.
see
No,
what you
but,
did there.
thought
Kip
they-
and True.
Nice scam.
I was just
That
super
nice
excited.
save,
That
nice
was,
save.
that was a good scam on Dan's part. Here's number 5 for baseball movies with nonsensical plots. In the movie A Kid in King Arthur's Court, the main character is at bat when an earthquake happens and sends him back to medieval times. What California city was he from?
Kip.
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Incorrect. Dan.
Oh.
Bakersfield.
Reseda was the
Reseda,
answer. That's a
yeah.
very inside question, but I
Yeah.
wonder if that was based on the Northridge earthquake.
It
because
probably was.
It probably what was that 94?
94. We actually had an
I think
apartment.
that movie came out in 94.
when we were when I was incredibly young. But
Yeah.
we had an apartment. Like I think it was like 2 or 3 blocks away from the epicenter.
Yeah.
And then where the epicenter was, the second and first floors were like
Underground.
one.
Yeah.
And so it's like the second floor was the first floor. The first floor didn't exist anymore.
Jeez.
My dad was a
Remodel.
My dad was a emergency first responder at the time,
Yeah.
and like everyone's screaming my dad's name for help. And finally, my mom was like, "Richard, get your ass over here and help us."
And he's like, I'm in the man cave. What are you talking about?
man
Right? I'm
cave.
trying to
What
be a
do you
man.
need?
Where
What
men
do
can
you
be men. It is 7-6. Dan is up by 1 point to his brother Bubba's score. Let's see what we got back on the fast food side. This is number 6. The first McDonald's appeared in what state?
Kip.
Yes. Who buzzed in?
That was the.
Oh, Bubba.
We sound that much the same that
It
you
really
can't
is.
tell in person.
I wasn't looking up, yeah.
Ah,
First state ever had a McDonald's.
California.
That's correct.
Is it really?
Which is 2 points.
Yeah, it is.
And puts Bubba in the lead. That means he has
They bought
8.
it from They
to
bought it
7.
from the
But
we don't need to know
brothers.
the history of it.
It was in California. Number 6 on the baseball movies side. What kind of dog chases the kids in the sandlot?
Kip.
Dan, you got to step it up. Bubba.
Sorry.
That is a. His name is Hercules,
Sure.
and he is a Mastiff.
Incorrect. I think. I don't know. Now I want to look it up. I thought it was something else. Dan, what do you got?
I want to say it's
you look
like,
that up for me?
Are you gonna say Saint Bernard?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I have as my answer. But I was just going from memory. I thought it was a St. Bernard.
I thought it was the same.
I think it's a
because it looks
Mastiff.
very similar to Saint Bernard.
We're going to have our fact checker look it up real quick. She is
Our fat
300.
checker, our
Yeah,
fat
she's about
checker.
300 pounds. we
300
talked about
pounds. Her finger. She needs a 7+ because her fingers can't work on a regular finger.
In the meantime, while she's looking it up, we're going to move on to number
Give the points to
7
Daniel.
on the fast food side. Number 7, what burger chain is called Hungry Jack's in Australia? Hungry Jack's in Australia. What is the name
Kip.
of the... Yes.
It's like a like hamburger Harry's or something like that.
Incorrect. Bubba, any guesses? Hungry Jack's in Australia. What burger chain?
Jack in the Box. I'm gonna go with
That's a good guess, but it was Burger King. Burger King. No points there.
I knew it was.
It was a Mastiff. Wow. I am wrong on that.
Bubba
So
is right.
that is Bubba gets 1 point. So he has 9 to Dan's 7 right now. He's up by 2 points. We're back on the baseball movie side again. Name either. Oh, no. What is the coach's name in Bad News Bears, the original? Not the actor, but the coach's last name. They call him Coach what? Bad News Bears.
You know, a funny story. A friend of ours was on that team.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his well, he was our coach, but he was on the Bad News Bears team. That
Inspired the movie?
yeah.
Interesting. Any guesses on the name? Give it another
I'm
couple
drawing a
seconds.
blank. I'm gonna say Kip, and I'm gonna say Ryan Buds.
Oh, that's a good guess. I'm timeless.
And I'm going to say Donald.
It was Buttermaker.
Oh, it was Coach Buttermaker. That's right.
Yeah, always drinking the beer. I was going to ask a question, what beer does he always drink? And then I looked it up. He drinks a different beer in every scene. Different
Does he
brand.
really?
It's
I
like
didn't
old
know
style Keystone, Ice Hot. Like he drinks a different beer.
Does he ever drink a Natty Ice? Because then we can be
Probably.
friends.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you guys are both trashy. Here we go. This is number 8 on the fast food side. What fast food items come in 4 shapes known as bone, bell, ball, and boot? What fast food items come in 4 shapes known as bone, bell, ball, and boot?
Chicken nuggets?
They are chicken nuggets.
Oh fuck!
I was
From
looking-
McDonald's.
I was looking for chicken McNuggets, but I'm going to accept chicken nuggets. So Dan
Wait, so what are those
gets 1
shapes
point.
that come in?
Bone, bell, ball, and boot.
Yeah.
I've never seen a bone. I've never seen a bone. I've always seen boot.
I've bitten into one and there's been bone.
Yeah.
Classy place.
It didn't get. It got past the grinder.
Better.
Are they? I haven't eaten McDonald's in 4 years because I had the worst food poisoning in my life.
I just had it.
I
the
got
other
food
day.
poisoning
At a
when I worked
wedding.
at In-N-Out, and
Really?
then the next day I went back to work and I had lunch at In-N-Out.
No,
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah, 100%.
And then I cleared it out.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like
how it works.
eating Taco Bell.
It's like when you're hungover and you have a beer.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hair of the
Number
dog.
8 for baseball movies. Name either the male or female lead in the movie Summer Catch. Have either of you seen this movie?
Kip,
Yes.
isn't that Freddie Prinze Jr.?
It is Freddie Prinze Jr. That's
was a
10
pitcher,
points
right?
for Bubba. Yep. And the other girl, Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel's in the movie?
That's right. Yeah. This is 10-8 right now. It's still anybody's game. We have a couple more things to do. A couple more questions left in either category. Here's number 9, Jason Mraz. You guys know Jason Mraz?
Yeah.
He's going to be in the podcast next week against the ghost of Walter Matthau. Jason Mraz is a farmer of a certain ingredient on Chipotle's menu. What does the food chain buy from Mraz? This is a very strange trivia question I found. Chipotle menu. What ingredient do they buy that Jason Mraz farms?
Kip.
I'll let
Bubba.
Danny take it. I'll let Danny take it.
Oh, wow. He's letting me take it. He's letting
let
you
you
take
take it.
it.
Go ahead.
Brotherly love.
It's like green spark.
Green and sparkly?
Not sparkly.
What the hell are you putting on your Chipotle?
I don't know.
Crack. He's putting crack.
What is it? Like I can't honestly. The word just left me.
Poor guy.
Lettuce?
No, not lettuce.
Come on, you could do it, Dan.
It's like
Wow. All right. Bubba, you can buzz in.
I'm gonna have to say avocado because I think he lives here in California.
That is 100% correct.
Is it?
Yes, he's an avocado farmer.
I
And for
just
their
thought-
guaguacamole, they get their avocados from Jason Mraz.
I didn't know.
Not
I
all,
don't know.
Not
I don't-
all of them, but some of them.
I didn't know that. I just thought
and I have no money.
So Bubba's got 2 points there. This is a high-scoring podcast. Sometimes people don't get most of the questions right at all. So right now it's 12-8. Dan, you could still win. There's a couple things you can do. Here's number...
Answer a question.
yeah, you can answer a question correct. Number 9.
Suck Ryan's dick. Maybe he'll give you a couple points.
When in Rome.
Where men can be men. Rich's Man Cave. Number 9. 3 adults named Gus, Richie, and Clark take on Little Leaguers in what 2006 movie?
Kip.
Dan.
The Benchwarmers.
The Benchwarmers is correct. That's 2 points. That
Right when
means
I heard-
it is
Do you remember that scene
10
where
to
Nick
12.
Swardson? Remember that scene where Nick Swardson
I have not seen the movie.
takes-
You have not seen the movie?
so
It's in
Nick
my Life
Swardson's-
Aquatic pile, guys.
Nick Swardson literally his character hates the sun. So one time, like, he's sitting there and they're like, come on, come out this way. And so he's like, so he takes his sunscreen and just like squirts it straight into his mouth. And
Yeah.
it looks so like sunscreen. It's absolutely
No, it was sunscreen.
vomit.
And that scene description is why I have not seen The Benchwarmer.
Wonderful movie. Wonderful movie. Grade A Oscar contention.
Number 10. This is the last question for fast food. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Subway's Italian BMT is named for the something something transit. What neighborhoods do the B and the M stand for?
Kip.
Bubba. The something something transit. What neighborhoods do the B and the M and B Italian BMT at Subway stand for?
Brooklyn and Manhattan.
That is correct. So that is 2 points.
How do you know that?
For Bubba.
Italian, New York goes hand in hand. Subway is really assholic when they come to racial stereotypes, and that was the
Sure.
only thing I
And
can
children, apparently, too.
Yeah,
There you go.
seriously.
Well,
So
that was
Bubba has 14 points. Dan has 10. Dan, you can get 2 points on this last one if you steal it, and Bubba, you can get 1 more if you get it right for a total of 15. Number 10, baseball movies with nonsensical plots. I saved the best question for last. What 90210 star travels through time back to his 1976 baseball team to choose friendship over glory in The Sandlot heading home? This is a real movie.
Kip. No one watched that movie. I'm not going to answer this one.
This is the third Sandlot movie.
The third
It's called The Sandlot: Heading Home.
Which
90210 star travels back in time to 1976 baseball team to choose friendship over glory.
I don't know his name, but
Okay.
his character in 90210 is Danny.
There is not a Danny on the show because I'm a big fan. Bubba, do you have any
Oh,
guesses?
just kidding. I'm thinking of Hawaii 5-0.
Okay.
Don't even-
Nothing? Neither? No points for anybody?
90210, I
The
don't
answer
know.
was Luke Perry, who played Dylan on 90210. So Luke Perry is the star of that movie as an adult.
I feel like
that's not actually a
anybody
thing?
that's not from LA
Yeah.
absolutely loves 90210.
I watched it with my older siblings and my mom when we were growing up, and I probably
You
got
know
to
that
see a
one
lot of
girl-
stuff that I shouldn't have because there was like
Yeah,
rape
there's
and things
one
on there.
girl that was an actual porn star, and then she played a porn star and
On the
made
show.
so much money on the show
Yeah.
that she quit porn.
Interesting. Here comes
My life goal right there.
Yeah, we did 10 questions on fast food and baseball movies with nonsensical plots. So now it's time for a combo question where we combine both those topics. If you get this right, you get 2 points. So this might help you out, Dan. This is the combo question.
How hard was it to come up with this one?
Not too hard. Here we go. For 2 points, you're buzzing in. The Burger Pizza is a 20-ounce cheeseburger with pepperoni pizzas instead of buns, and it is served at the stadium for what Southeastern MLB team?
Kip.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go with San Diego Padres. Or not
That's Southwest.
Padres.
That's
Yeah,
Southwest.
Definitely not
I'll
Southeastern.
give you one more chance. I'll give you one more
Oh,
chance.
wow. He's letting
I'm
you go.
dyslexic.
That's
so
why
I
I'm
get,
giving you a chance. I'm giving you a
I get
chance.
things mixed up.
Do you have another guess? Maybe on the other side of the country?
I do. I'm gonna go with New York Mets.
Definitely not South. So
Close enough.
incorrect. What do you got,
Depends
Bubba?
on how high you want to go up.
The only team that comes to mind down there is the
wait.
Florida Marlins.
Incorrect. The Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta
has
Braves
the stadium
are
that
that
has
fat?
the Burger Pizza. If you ever want to get real gross.
I don't want to get
That's in
real
like
gross.
the middle.
Okay. So no points there. It is still 14-10. So unfortunately, Bubba, there's only one thing we're doing left, and it's worth 3 points. Unfortunately, Dan. So even if you get this, if you win this, you would have 13 to Bubba's 14. So Bubba is our winner today. Well done, Bubba.
Damn fucking
the younger
right.
brother conquers all. But we're still going to do it. It's called Categories with Buds.
Categories with buds.
And the category this week is TV shows with "and" in the title. TV shows with the word "and" in the title. So it can't be like the word "sand" that has "and" in it. It has to be the word "and" by
like
itself
and,
somewhere.
okay.
It could be any type of TV show. It could be a reality show, sports show, news show, anything that you can think of. We're going to go around the circle. I'll kick it off. If I win, I will award the points to one of you. And if one of you win, you get 3 points added to your score. So the last thing we're going to do, I will kick it off with Will and Grace. We're going over to Dan.
Bananas and pajamas. Does that count?
I think it's Bananas in Pajamas.
It's
Isn't it?
bananas in pajamas.
Oh.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Can't
We'll
be
give-
out that quickly.
Yeah, we'll give you another one. Let's see.
Peanut butter and J Otter.
Jay Otter. Yeah, that's a kid show. What do you got over here? Bubba. Any TV show with "and" in the title. You can do it. I feel I maybe picked a too hard topic.
I literally don't watch television.
Yeah,
at
you're
all.
one of those assholes. I heard you got a nice DVD VHS combo.
I did.
I don't know what you're doing. Nothing? 3 seconds.
I literally have
Not one?
Not even.
Dan, this could be your big chance to get some balls back.
Not even
I'm going to say
one.
Grace and Frankie. It's a Netflix show with Lily Tomlin.
What the hell are you doing?
Dan. He's thinking of more kids shows.
I am thinking more kids shows. Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. I'm sure that was your show. Oh, yeah, The Adventures of Batman and Robin, the animated show spinoff. Okay, I'm going to say Starsky and Hutch.
I'm gonna have to say
This isn't fair. You practiced. You knew about this before time.
What?
That may be true.
Maybe true.
Dan, we'll give you 3 seconds, and then I'll put a bullet in our head. All right.
I'm done.
So I'm the winner.
Okay.
Good night.
Surprise.
Thank you for showing up. I'm going to award the points to Dan, so he gets 3 points for a
still
total
lose.
of 13 to Bubba's 14. So it was a 1-point game. Well done, fellas. I had
is
just a
also our
couple
mental
more.
age.
I had Rizzoli and Isoldes or something. Isn't that a
It's
show?
Rizzoli and Isles. My
Isles?
aunt watches that crap all the
Sure.
time.
And then I had another one. Law and Order. Oh, there's so many Law and Orders we could have
There
done.
is.
Well,
Law and Order SVU.
That was a tough category. This is the end of the podcast. Did you guys have a good time?
I did. Thank you.
That was
I
a
have prizes
blast,
for you. Dan, you get a pint of Black Market Gelato that you may have given to me.
This
And
is true
Bubba,
come
I
true.
have a Groupon for a $150 scuba lesson in my pool, which may be a little green right now, but I'm going to teach you how to get to the depths of
really
West Hills,
learn
California.
how to
of
wash.
your
Yes.
the depths
Or
of
maybe
your
a couple
pool.
G.I.
Can I
Joes
get-
and nickels at the bottom of the pool that you can find. But you got to get with your teeth.
Oh,
That's part of it.
You gotta grab
Do you guys have anything you want to plug besides the stuff that you plugged at the beginning of the podcast? Anything fun coming up?
Yeah, catch the next Trivia with Buds podcast.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
You're going to be on that?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna be
heard
on
it's
that
pretty
one,
good.
and then you should
I
check
hear-
the next one afterwards. And if we get more downloads, this is another plug. We get more downloads, there'll be a round 2.
Oh, round 2. I heard that podcast is going to be heavily edited to make both of you sound smarter.
That's
I hope
probably
not.
the
I
best
hope
idea.
And by heavily edited, I mean maybe never released.
Good.
Good thing.
Good.
No, you guys were excellent guests and glasses. Thank you so much for letting me in your parents' house.
No problem.
Any last words?
Thank you, America, and see you soon.
Clinton or Trump?
I didn't want to go out this way.
You don't want to go out with a Clinton or Trump vote?
No.
Okay.
Buy Black Market Gelato. At your local
Where can they find that?
Gelson's.
BlackMarketGelato.com?
No, just Gelson's or Bristol Farms.
Go to Gelson's or Bristol Farms. Get yourself a pint of Black Market Gelato. I can say it is.
I'll spell it out for
Yep,
you.
go ahead.
AQUANAUTICS dive. Look it up.
And Bubba, you are at Bubba Pohl, BUBBAPOHL. So Bubba Pohl on Twitter. You can tweet Bubba if you want some more info on getting some scuba lessons.
Yes, sir.
And Black Market Gelato is BLK Market Gelato.
For hip and
BLK.
cool.
Yeah, real hip. And it's
Hip and cool.
Yes, very good.
Not just
And it
one.
tastes quite
And the containers are black and white, which is very interracial. Thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. Have a good rest of your weekend. Nothing?
Nothing.
What-
Nothing. That's all you, buddy.
I don't know what to
Sign
do
us off.
with my hands. Or anything.
Bye. Well, that's how that episode went down. Thanks for checking out Dan and Bubba Pohl in this baseball versus fast food episode of the show. If you enjoyed it, if you like those questions, if you know somebody else that might like to try and answer those questions, send them the link to this podcast. It's on Libsyn, it's on Google Play, it's on Stitcher, it's on iTunes. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find this show. And just, however you found it to listen to it, send that link to a friend and email it to him, text it to him, say, hey, check out my friend Ryan Buds and his new trivia show. I would greatly appreciate that. It's time for the listener quiz portion of the show. That's 3 questions that I ask you at the end of every episode. They're totally random, and you send me the answers for a chance to win big. What are you going to win this week? You're going to win an Office Christmas Party poster. That's right. The movie Office Christmas Party came out last month, and I have a bunch of swag from the movie still, and I will send you a free Office Christmas Party poster if you're this week's listener quiz winner. So send me the answers to these 3 questions. Here's question number 1 for the listener quiz. What is the highest priced yellow property in Monopoly? In the game Monopoly, what is the highest price yellow property? Number 2, what is Cleveland's wife's name on the Cleveland Show? What is Cleveland Brown's wife's name on the Cleveland Show? And number 3, in what state would you find Death Valley? In what state would you find Death Valley? Those are your listener quiz questions. Send me the answers for a chance to win an Office Christmas Party
poster. A special event coming up. It is a monthly trivia night starting in the Atwater Village area of California. It's near Silver Lake, near Glendale, right on the edge of both of those. It's called EONO VINO. It is a wine shop that has a huge, awesome, rustic, kind of like Interview with a Vampire Cajun kind of tunnely underneath the shop area, where it's a wine shop up top, and then down below you can get a bottle of wine, you can get some craft beer, and you can play some trivia with your pal Ryan Buds. And the first show is Friday, January 27th at 8 p.m. It's totally free. First place gets a big old bottle of wine. So come on down and play at EONO VINO in Atwater Village, Friday, January 27th, 8 p.m. Totally free. Help me make the first one a nice big success so they keep having me month after month after month. Thank you again for listening to this episode. If you want to play trivia with me live around LA, check out triviawithbuds.com. And we are taking donations all year long. I'm asking every team for $1 every week when you come play. At the end of every month, I will scrap up those dollars and put a bunch of items in a bag for homeless people. That's right. We're going to make these homeless totes, bags that are reusable, filled with like 9 or 10 items that will hopefully make someone's day that really needs those items. Stuff like deodorant and toothbrushes and granola bars and suntan lotion and things you might need surviving the West Coast. So, and we will hand those out and kind of document that whole process on my Facebook page through live streams and videos and things like that to people around LA. So if you have a few extra bucks and you want to come out to a live event, throw them my way, and the people of LA will greatly appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Send this to a friend, rate and review, and subscribe on iTunes, and maybe I'll read some reviews next week. We'll read some Yelp reviews, we'll read some iTunes reviews, and we'll get some praise and some criticism out on the airwaves. Thank you again. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.